What is up, guys? EJ here, back with another video, and today it's going to be my weekly movie review roundup, episode 6. So yeah, sorry that this video is a day or two late, but it was a very busy weekend with the wild card round of the NFL playoffs. A very wild card weekend. And more importantly, yesterday, of course, we had the Golden Globes. So, of course, watching that and keeping an eye on that with the picks and my family pool and all that. So I didn't get to make this video yesterday, but I wanted to. So anyway, I'm making it today. So yeah, talking about the movies I've seen in the past week. So I've got 6 movies, all from 2015, if you haven't noticed. All the films I've been reviewing in these videos recently have been from last year, still catching up on my Netflix. So let's get started. So on Sunday, January 3rd, I did not start the week out well. I watched Hot Pursuit, directed by Anne Fletcher, of course starring Reese Witherspoon and Sofia Vergara. This was pretty awful. It was bad. It was a typical sort of buddy action comedy. Two people from different sort of opposite worlds meet, and yeah, Reese Witherspoon plays a very uptight, by the book cop, but she's not even a good cop. She's kind of a failure. She finds herself manning the evidence room after a screw up while she was on the job out in the field. They even have a slogan for Coopering something. Her last name is Cooper in the movie, and she accidentally tasers some like rich kid who had a fake gun or something like that, and she gets demoted basically. Somehow she gets tasked with helping bringing in a government witness. This accountant for a drug cartel is testifying against his boss, and she joins the sort of group that's going to bring this guy in because there's a woman involved, and that's of course played by Sofia Vergara, who plays the accountant's wife. So because she's a woman, they have to have a woman cop help bring these two people in. And it's just a terrible movie from beginning to end. Reese Witherspoon, I don't know what she was doing in this film as far as her character. It's just so overplayed, completely wrong. Sofia Vergara is fine. She's playing the same character she plays on Modern Family. She's playing a trophy wife from Colombia, which is pretty much what she plays on Modern Family. But in this film, there's a little bit more edge to her character, not as family friendly as obviously for a network TV show. But yeah, she's pretty much doing the same thing she always does. It's just not funny. It's actually cringeworthy in many places, and I did not care for it at all. And going into it, I didn't know this is a shame because it was produced by Bruna Papandrea, who's a sister of my good friend on Facebook, Super Marcy. She produced Warm Bodies, which I was a big fan of from a couple years ago. But how she got involved in this film, I do not know. It was just wrong on so many levels. I gave it a 4 out of 10. One of the worst films I've seen this past year. Okay, moving on to the good stuff for this week. So on Tuesday, this January 5th, I watched The Walk, directed by Robert Zemeckis, of course, starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Philippe Petit, a young French idealist, dreamer who's sort of a street performer and learns he has a talent for walking on wires and wants to be in the circus, but he dreams bigger than that. And of course, in 1974, he recruits a team of friends and accomplices, as he calls it, to go to New York City and walk the massive void between the Twin Towers at the World Trade Center in 1974, right after they finished building them. Before they opened one tower and hadn't opened the second tower yet. And yeah, it's a really great film. Fantastic photography. I bet this was stunning in IMAX. Shame I didn't get to see it in IMAX. But still really good. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt a lot. Always have. I'm not sure about his French accent though so much in this film, but he's a lot of fun in this movie. Very charming, very driven. It's just a very nice performance by him. Good supporting cast. I don't know the actors' names offhand. The girl, she's a French actress. I forgot her name. She was good. I liked her a lot. Who becomes his girlfriend and his like biggest supporter, biggest fan. Yeah, just a really cool film. Great photography, like I said. Like the last 30, 45 minutes when he's actually doing the walk and how they get all the gear up there and the way that they get the wire across the two buildings is really quite ingenious and very cool. And how they have to camp out for like the whole night and set it up and do all that. Ben Kingsley is good as the guy who sort of shunned him earlier on in his circus career and then becomes sort of his mentor, if you like. Um, yeah, really cool film. Great director, Robert Zemeckis. The Walk, one of my favorite films so far of 2015. I gave a 8 out of 10. Okay, moving on to Wednesday, January 6th. I watched another great film from last year, and that is Sicario, directed by Denis Villeneuve, starring Emily Blunt. She plays a FBI agent who gets picked to join this government task force who are taking on, again, a drug cartel at the U.S. Mexican border in Texas, El Paso. Um, the task force is led by Josh Brolin, and Benicio del Toro is sort of this weird shadowy figure who's along for the ride, sort of nicknamed Medellin or Medellin Cartagena. Yeah, really good film, good strong sort of dramatic action thriller about the dealing with drug cartels and the sort of lengths that law enforcement will go to or won't go to capture these people. The underground tunnel night vision sequence is really stunning. That's a great moment in the film, and there's some really morally ambiguous characters in this film, especially Benicio del Toro, who's great, and Emily Blunt. I've always liked her, but she's just fantastic these days. I love pretty much anything she does. One of my favorite actresses at the moment, Emily Blunt. Yeah, I mean, like when I first saw her in Devil Wears Prada, but she's just gotten better and better over the years. I liked her a lot. I just like her personality as well. She seems very cool. Her and she's married to John Krasinski. They seem like a cool couple, and the stuff she gets up to in like interviews, and I think she's friends with Jimmy Kimmel and all that kind of stuff. She's just a cool chick and really good actress. So I've been a big fan of hers for a while. But yeah, she's terrific. Josh Brolin, good as always, and Benicio just kills it. The final scenes in this film are great as well. Just a fantastic movie. Sicario, again, one of my top 10 of the year, I think. Pretty close in my top 10. Sicario, I gave 8 out of 10 as well. Okay, moving on to Thursday. I keep wanting to say December. January 7th, I watched Inside Out. Of course, the latest from Pixar. Winner of Best Animated Film at the Golden Globes last night. Yeah, really fun. Directed by Pete Docter and Ronnie Del Carmen. Is that right? co-director. Yeah, really fun movie. Great animation about the voices inside your head. It's about five voices inside a little girl's head. They are Joy, voiced by Amy Poehler. Um, Sadness, Phyllis Smith. Um, Richard, let me get these right. Bill Hader is Fear. Lewis Black is Anger, who is probably my favorite because I love Lewis Black. If you've seen my videos, when I picked up a bunch of stand-up comedy videos, DVDs, earlier last year, I got a bunch of Lewis Black stuff. Always been a fan of him. And Mindy Kaling, as discussed. So yeah, joy is sort of the driving force in this young girl's inside her head, her young head, because as most children, we grew up sort of full of joy, and then life takes over, and all the sort of doubtful emotions take place, like sadness and fear and anger and disgust. So she's like the only light in this world within her head, as the little girl experiences life, and these memories get collected by these five little characters in their little control room. Of course, as the little girl and her family move from Minnesota, yeah, somewhere in the Midwest. She's like big into hockey, and they move to San Francisco, and her life sort of takes a downturn. She becomes very sad and starts losing all the things that made her fun and happy as a young girl, and reflecting that, mirroring that, is the fact that joy gets lost in sort of the the vast chasm of this girl's mind. Yeah, it's a really cute film, great fun animation, good voice characters. Like I said, Lewis Black as Anger was awesome. Yeah, Joy was a lot of fun as well. Yeah, it was just a cool, fun film. Good return for Pixar. Um, yeah, they always do great stuff. Said from the makers of Up. I still think Up is a better film because of the emotional impact that film has, especially at the beginning and the end. But still, yeah, good film. Inside Out. Yeah, so far probably the best animated film I've seen from last year, and I too gave that an 8 out of 10. Okay, moving on to Friday, um, January 8th. I watched Dark Places, directed by Gilles Paquet Brenner. This film stars Charlize Theron. She plays an interesting character. She's a young woman who, for most of her life, has been living off the fame, if you like, of the fact that she was the only surviving child, um, as the rest of her family were brutally murdered one night in their farmhouse. Her mother and her two sisters get killed, and she's the only one to escape. And her older brother is the one who goes to jail for the crime, and he's still in prison as the film starts. So yeah, she's been living off this sort of celebrity of this fact, and it's kind of sick. And if you think about that, but money is starting to run out, and then she gets contacted by this group of people who are into true crime, solving crimes, like reopening cases and stuff. And Nicholas Holt is the young kid who gets in contact with her and says, "Hey, we want to hear your story because we believe your brother is innocent." And the whole film from there unravels this sort of big mystery about this kind of fucked up family, the relationships they have with the estranged father, um, the brother's girlfriend, who's played by Chloe Grace Moretz, um, and just the whole history of this family and how it ended up with this sort of brutal murder. It's an interesting film. It wasn't what I expected. I totally forgot that this is what this film was about. When I saw the title Dark Places, I thought this must be some small indie horror film that I added to my queue. But then when I saw Charlize Theron on was going to be in it, I was like, okay, this is definitely not a horror film. It's sort of a dramatic mystery thriller, if you like. But yeah, it was pretty decent. It wasn't great. It takes a lot of twists and turns, and there's some interesting stuff towards the end, that's for sure. But it's got a good cast. Christina Hendricks plays the mother. Don't mind seeing her. Yeah, Charlize is always great. And Chloe Grace Moretz, I like her a lot as well. Yeah, it's a good little film. Dark Places, I gave a 7 out of 10. Okay, rounding up the week on Saturday, January 9th, I watched Insidious Chapter 3, directed by Lee Whannell, who directed the other two Insidious films. Uh, I'm not a fan of the Insidious movies. I certainly, I hated the second one, and I wasn't really a big fan of the first one. But I kind of enjoyed this one. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. I thought it would be terrible. It's sort of a prequel to the original film before the Lambert family haunting. Um, what's the name? Stephanie. I'm gonna fuck up the name as well. Stephanie Scott plays Quinn, a young girl, very cute girl. When I first saw her walking down the street in the opening scene, I was like, "Who is this little cute girl?" Um, yeah, she's very cute. This chick who's the main girl in the movie. She's just lost her mother to cancer, and she goes to visit Elise. Elise, what's her name? Rainier, played by Lynn Shay, who's in the other Insidious movies, and because she can get in contact with the dead, and so Quinn wants to get in contact with her dead mother, but unfortunately during the reading, um, dark spirits can enter the world as well. We find out that when you contact the dead, all of them are listening. So it invites these dark demon-like entities, and of course, from then on, the young teenager Quinn, she gets haunted and basically brutally tortured in a not a physical sense, but a mental sense by this demonic apparition, if you like. Her father is played by Dermot Mulroney. Yeah, I mean, I was not expecting to really like it, but it wasn't terrible. Like I said, it had the typical insidious modern horror scares that you see. But yeah, it wasn't. I liked Lynn Shay a lot. She's a good character actress, and she's good in this. Yeah, it was a typical Insidious slash Sinister slash take your pick of any recent haunting, uh, demon, paranormal activity horror movie in recent years. But yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. Insidious Chapter 3, I gave a 6 out of 10. Um, so yeah, that's it. 6 movies for this week. Hopefully, I'll have some more movies to talk about next week because got some couple big movies coming tomorrow. For some reason, Netflix will not send me movies until Tuesday for some reason, so I won't be watching anything tonight. I didn't watch anything last night with the Golden Globes. But yeah, there you have it. Thank you for watching as always, and until next time, I'll see you.
Bond. James Bond.